Maybe just kind of circle back to some of the newer defensemen, if we could, and just looking at guys and integrating them in. Nikita maybe got a few more minutes as the third period wore on. I mean, just about trying to maybe a game for him to kind of get in there and get a sense of it, but trying to work him into the mix here moving forward.
Yeah, and we weren't expecting him to play. That was very last minute where he got thrown in. So we often dress extra guys for warm up, and he was the guy that we wanted to have around the team for really the first time, and then look to maybe get him in for our next game, but things happen sometimes. So I thought he did a good job in a situation where he wasn't expecting to play, but not a ton of minutes the first few periods, but I know he played more in the third period, and we'll look forward to seeing him more regularly moving forward.
Really just the one morning skate for him, and now a game. I mean, that's kind of part of the challenge, I guess, is to find him some ice time here and get him on with his teammates.
Well, I mean, it's not so much challenge. It's a matter of him trying to pick up how we're trying to play the game. So that's why we wanted to have him into a sort of a pregame skate at least around some of our meetings, just to give him an idea as to what we're looking for out of him.
I don't know what you can share, but we should ask, I guess, about seeing Connor's area out there, AJ Greer and some others, just if there's any updates.
No updates. They're getting closer. That's all I can give you, Les.
As far as Connor's area, you guys originally expected nothing serious. Has there been a change in that scenario? Because it seems as though it's been a little bit longer than we anticipated.
Probably, I would agree with you on that. It has been a little bit longer, but you want to make sure in certain situations, and if the player is feeling like he's not totally 100%, we're not going to put him in a situation where he's 100% not ready. So very close is what I would say, and we'll look forward to having him back here soon.
You're all professionals. I think that, when you talked about last night, though, what kind of challenges did last night provide when you had some seemingly last-minute changes and that type of game plan that has to be kind of reworked?
Yeah, that's one of the things that, I mean, it happens over the course of the day, like from the goaltender to late scratches to guys getting sick. That's part of it, and that's about being professional. So when guys come to the rink, there's expectation that you're prepared and you're ready to play. That's, as we mentioned last night, the one area over the last couple of games we have to get back to is the hard team game, and I think we've gotten away from that a little bit over the last little while, and we have to get that back for tomorrow against another very good team.
Can you speak to having to teach more maybe over this stretch than you would have earlier in the season just because of the new faces?
Than we would have earlier in the season?
Yeah, just it seemed like systems-wise and having to adapt to a ton of new faces as opposed to before.
I think you teach over the course of the whole year all the time, because there's always things that creep into your game that either the players forget or they're starting to get a little confusion as to what they're going to do in certain situations. So I think that's an ongoing process. Now with some new bodies in the lineup, you have to find different spaces to, whether it's individual or as, like, let's say the defense as a whole, do a little bit more but not too much, because the danger that you come into here is getting them to a position where they start overthinking as to what I'm supposed to do, or I don't know if I should go there, and that's not how we want the players to play. So you find little bits of time where you can slip that stuff in.
And you mentioned veterans were a little flat. I don't know if it was a game or two in your estimation, but in your messaging to them, are they understanding, what you're saying? Obviously, that they're going to look to bounce back, but the idea of the areas that you want them to improve upon as veterans.
Sure, absolutely. Like they've been around, and they're all understanding of where we're at right now, and the importance of making sure that we dig in and put our best product on the ice. So the way Michael and Blake and the rest of our leadership group is, they will accept nothing other than the Calgary Flames way from their teammates.
You talked about teaching, but for you as a coach, I mean, you obviously have studied your players and these newcomers coming in, but then you actually get to watch them and really dig in. Are you learning about, oh, hey, that guy looks good in that situation, and how you can use them as we sort of on the fly here?
Sure. I mean, we watch a lot of video. I mean, but video only shows you a little bit. So Amir Manoff, for example, he's got very good poise with the puck. Sometimes that comes out on video, sometimes it doesn't. But what I've seen in his few games that he's played for us is there's most definitely ability there. And we see the areas that we think we can help push him along to make him a real good NHL player. I know that's his goal, and that's what we need him to become. So you see some of the strengths that he has, and you also see some of the areas where we feel that we can help him.
When we talked to Joel, just what have you seen from him since he arrived?
Steady, the same as he he showed in Dallas all the time. Like I know a guy that kind of came in and out of the lineup there, always ready to play and was always responsible in his own zone. And I feel like we've seen the same here.
So how do you balance process versus results and being able to live with some of those growing pains versus the urgency to win games?
Your results will never be there if your process isn't there. So that's first and foremost. If you look to results, then you're in the wrong business right now. I know we're gauged as coaches on wins and losses, and that's what it comes down to. But if you focus your team on wins and losses, then you're in for a long year, or a long couple of years, whatever the case may be. It's always about process and always will be.
How do you feel on if the three who missed last night would be available tomorrow?
I think they're one for sure. The others will be probably questionable for tomorrow as well.
So we asked about AJ Greer, and he said close. We do anticipate seeing him before the end of the season.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.